Sage 5 in Rex 121. Someone saw my last video on this knife. Microchipping on the apex, so he sent it in. We fixed it using one of the hardest materials on planet Earth. If it fails, that's on me. But if it holds, guess what? I'm getting paid. All right, let's grind. Well, here we go again. Rex 121 is back in the shop. Today we're tackling the final boss of knife steels, CPM Rex 121. And to give you an idea of what we're working with, most high-end knives sit around 60 on the Rockwell hardness scale. This beast of a blade, it's like 70 to, I think it's 72 or 73. At this hardness, the steel can actually scratch glass. Imagine that. Little fun fact for you there. And yeah, it's just a legend for edge retention, but can be a bit of a nightmare when you need to sharpen it. The irony of this steel Rex 121 is, you know, they say it'll hold its edge longer than any other steel, but it's also brittle, right? The reason this knife is in my shop right now is because my client was having chipping at the apex. So that's one thing to consider if you're thinking about buying one. But again, like, who doesn't want a knife made of the world's hardest steel, right? Here we go. Throw that Sharpie on the bevel. Check it. Boom. All right. This is that part where I do it. Lined right up. I love my calculator. It works perfectly every time, especially in combination with that precision knife jig length setter. Man, I'm moving so much faster now. It's actually just a game changer for me. I'm getting through knives quicker than I have ever before. Go touchdown. Got a pucker, and it's really, boy, I can't remember what they call that thing. The sharpener's choil, the extended ricasso. I've heard people call it a couple different things, but look how close that gets to the CBN wheel there. And the edge of that wheel, man, that thing's so sharp. You bump that, yeah, you're putting in an extra 30 minutes of work, guaranteed. I decided to jump on Grit 800. That was my starting grit. It's more forgiving, you know, and plus my client had chipping issues, so let's play it safe. We're gonna take the Sharpie off and just make sure we're at a right angle here, because almost appears as though too much is left, meaning I may have went at too high of an angle. The angle's too high. It's always better to go too high than too low. You go too low, there's no going back. Too high? Reapply your Sharpie and try again. Okay. Looks like we're there. But there we go. Looks like we got full contact. You know, the more I think about it, it's when it comes to this sharpening this hard steel, it just takes extra time, you know. CBN, diamond, you're going to be fine. It can handle it. Might want to start at a high grit if it's your first time, just to play it safe. The hard part is that dang plunge line or that sharpening choil. Dwelling in any one position for too long? Okay, we're looking good from the heel to about the belly there. But up here, there's a lot. Seems like the sharpener before me went a bit lower up there, which is interesting. That is not indicative of a fixed angle sharpening system. Tapping in the middle very soft just to see where my contact is, and now boom, full contact. And we start passing. Weight of the knife. I love the Tormek system so much. The straighten it, the level of perfection you can put on a blade in terms of that bevel, I mean, it's just unmatched. You look at this thing. That's insane. Look how beautiful that is. Yep, that's a laser beam right there, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't help myself. I had to do this close up to show you how tight you have to get to that extruded plunge line there. Man, it's just your shoulders are tight and you're puckering. The second you get off of it though, you can breathe a little bit. But it's a short blade, so the other side's coming up real fast. But look at that. Man, that's some aerospace precision right there. Absolutely beautiful. Tried to zero that one, but it didn't work out. We overtook all evidence of a previous grind. Just gonna play it safe here, and we're good. Need a couple passes each side. Negative 0.2 of a degree. I'm gonna do the rest off camera because I do need my lights so I can see the wake. That's it. Total of 10 passes. 5 each side. This was Grit 1200. I've always been looking for ways to customize my Tormek, make it a little bit different, my own, and I found these really cool orange spacers. If you want to know where I got them, just let me know, or maybe I'll throw it in the description below. The hard part's over. Now it's time to remove the burr, or minimize the burr, but first we're going to clean it up using the same giant eraser that we use on our belts. It works really well if you didn't know. And now that it's clean, it's time to put a fresh new heavy coat. I went a little heavy, a little extra on this blade, just because it makes sense. It's hard steel. Let's throw a little extra diamond. I usually do like 4 sprays. I think I did 8 on this one. Got the world's best diamond powder there. Spent a lot of time trying to source this stuff. That's a good pull. Time for the fun part. Can bump that extruded plunge line all day and not have to worry about it. Yeah, buddy. Oh boy, you can really see the burr well on this one. I'm gonna pull you guys even closer. Yeah, I'm seeing that burr just flip and flop from side to side, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna show the world, and of course I just couldn't get the lighting right, so you are unable to see what I was seeing. But nonetheless, this is pretty cool, huh? Those look like chips on the apex there, but I assure you that is just compound and debris from the junk off of the leather wheel here. No chips on this blade. It came out absolutely perfect. Pretty cool shot. Look at that. I'm kind of curious about those little discoloration areas. Some are a little taller than others. Kind of wonder why that is. What a fun knife to sharpen, though. If you've got a Rex 121 and you need it sharpened, hit me up. Just did a BESS test, and this is the exact sharpness as the last Rex 121 blade I sharpened. I wanted to get a reading before I hit it with the roosh drop. This type of steel's uncharted territory for me and the hanging strap here. I'm hoping for about an 8% improvement. That's wild. All right, first two tests came in at 104. The last Rex 121 we sharpened, exact same knife, was 105. The average was 105. Oh, this new average is 102.5. Sage 5 in Rex 121. Oh yeah, we did it again. Yeah. Oh man. Before I say anything, if you want to see the close-ups of my work, make sure you hang around to the end of the vid. I don't know why I always point over here. The end of the video is not right there. It's just going to happen, but hang around a little longer and you'll see the close-ups of my work. Let's talk about this knife, okay? I get a best part of being a sharpener. I get to play with knives, or I'm sorry, I get to work with knives all day, every day. I absolutely love it. So let me tell you about my thoughts on this guy here. Sage 5 feels good. You know what I mean? I like it. Rex 121, world's hardest steel. You're gonna pay a pretty penny for this blade here. You got a little piece of steel and an equally sized piece of plastic. Big decision, in my opinion. It's kind of like, okay, check it out. You know how you've always wanted to buy or own a piece of meteorite and put it on your wall or your desk at work? Or no. Put it on your nightstand next to your head where you sleep at night, right? Because that thing's been hurling through the universe, through outer space for millions or hundreds of millions of years, and somehow, some way ended up on planet Earth. And somehow, some way, you got the resources or the wherewithal to get your hands on it and own it and put it on your nightstand. And every morning when you open your eyes, boom, there it is. This like super rare thing. I think that's the Rex 121 version of the Sage 5. I don't know how else to put it. Check out my after photos.